Because the war in eastern DRC intensified, over 63,000 people have arrived in Burundi looking for safety. Many are living in difficult conditions as a sports stadium stay for, of course, relocation to these designated refugee camps. In the current constrained funding environment, Burundi is one of the many countries where an urgent injection of support is needed, without which more lives will be put at risk. Now let's have more details of that in this report by Marie Camara.
As conflict in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo continues, thousands are still crossing the border into Burundi in what has become the largest influx the country has experienced in decades. Almost 63,000 people have arrived in Burundi in less than a month, with over 1,100 crossing on 5th March. Despite a slight decline in arrivals this past week, hundreds of refugees continued to arrive in Burundi every day through 11 border crossings, most of which are unofficial. The majority of the affected people are said to be women, children, and the elderly. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, a global organization committed to saving lives, protecting rights, and building a better future for people forced to flee due to conflict and persecution. The agency, formerly known as the Office of the High Commissioner for Refugees, was established by the United Nations General Assembly in 1950 in the aftermath of the Second World War to assist millions displaced by the conflict. Currently, UNHCR operates in 136 countries, providing life-saving assistance such as shelter, food, water, and medical care for refugees, while advocating for their rights and helping them rebuild their lives. In an interview, a Congolese refugee, Sikijua Bisimura, in her statement stated that they are not used to this kind of living condition.
Life here is difficult. We are not used to living like this. We had homes in Kamanyola, but here we are to sleep in tents. We used to work in farms, but here there is nothing to do. That's why if the war ends, we will go back home.
Meanwhile, Aline Ira Karama, Associate Reporting Officer UNHCR Burundi, stated that the UNHCR are working tirelessly to register the refugees so they can be transferred to the Musungi refugee site away from the border, and adding that UNHCR and partners are assisting with better conditions.
Nous sommes ici au stade de Rugombo, au Burundi, où des milliers de familles.
We are here at the Rugombo Stadium, where thousands of refugee families have found refuge after fleeing the conflict in Congo. Here, the UNHCR, alongside the government, is in the process of registering the new arrivals, particularly unaccompanied and separated children, so that they can transfer to Musanyi refugee site in Rutana provinces, away from the border. There, the UNHCR and other partners are also able to further assist them in better conditions. As you can see behind me, the women and children lack everything, particularly shelter.
De tout, surtout le shelter, surtout l'abri.
The Burundian authorities have established reception and transit facilities to register, shelter, and provide those arriving. UNHCR, the United Nations Refugee Agency, and partners are rushing emergency aid to support relief efforts. As of 5th March, over 85,000 people have fled to neighboring countries from DRC following the recent escalation of fighting. In comparison, less than 7,000 people fled to neighboring countries from DRC in the first 2 months of 2024. Marie Camara, Eyeafrica